Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. I'm really glad to be here with you today and wanted to just share with you a couple of things before we get started. First of all, I am going to be speaking together with Susan Lynn and several other terrific speakers this November 13th, 14th, and 15th at her third annual Connect to Empower conference. If you haven't been, it is the most magical, encapsulated energy, very dynamic, very safe, really nurturing, and a lot of fun and exciting too. So if you can all go this year, it's going to be in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Again, November 13th, 14th, and 15th, 3 full days of activities and action. So it's always a terrific value. I hope you can join us, and I'd love to see you and meet you in person. So also, today is the new moon in Leo. And so Leo is meant to shine, right? And so this is your time to really come out and shine, let go of those things that don't serve. And really, well, I forget what it is. I think Saturn is also in retrograde. It's really a time to call in those things that light you up, connect with what it is that makes your soul smile, what makes your heart smile, and say yes to those things. Entertain, even if you can't like take an action and go do it right this minute, you can envision it and take a minute or two every day to think about what your life would look like, what it would feel like, what it would be like to have those dreams come true as if they were real, and just kind of feel into that experience. And it's just the thanking the universe in advance for making it happen and feeling into it and embodying it that helps bring it into fruition. So I hope you will do that. Take a chance to let this new moon energy bring in new gifts and new aspects of yourself that you hadn't really thought. Maybe I just wondered if maybe they were possible, maybe they're not. Well, they are. And so give in, let go, grab it, and take it for yourself. So with that being said, I'm going to start seeing what's out here in the chat. First off, I saw something from Molly Tucker. My dog Mabel is scared to go outside since the loss of our other dog Macy. I'm really sorry to hear that, Molly. Let's see if I can bring Mabel in and see what she has to say about that. So as Mabel comes in, she is she's kind of got her tail down and her head down, and she's looking around. She's I don't know, I wouldn't really call it hyper vigilant, but she's definitely like checking things out, trying to know what's going on around her at all times. Let's see. Oh, I feel like, a definite sadness from her missing the 3D loss, of Macy. Animals are a lot more pragmatic in the way they look at, the cycle of life, and they know how it goes. And she already knows that Macy, even though she's in spirit, is coming back to check on you guys, and that Macy is still around in spirit form, but she misses her 3D self. She misses that, kinship, and that being able to at least know that that other energy is there. They navigate by energy, as we talk about. I talk about this almost every time, but so they literally, it bounces off like sonar. They always know the other one's there, and so she's feeling a little lonesome. It's just not the same. It feels a little scary for her. So I'm not sure if there are some places where maybe she can't see the whole yard when she gets out in the whole yard, or if there's just the unfamiliarity with doing it all by herself, not knowing that that other energy's not in the house anymore. But if you can go out with her, that would help for a while until she kind of gets used to the new normal. And if you could, I don't know if Macy's collar is still around, or a blanket that still has Macy's scent on it, you can put that in her crate or in her area where she relaxes during the day and sleeps, so that she can still feel somewhat connected to the energy of Macy. And it might help her to get past her grief. And I'm really sorry for your loss and your grief as well. I hope that helps, Molly. Thank you for the question. Let's see. Hi, Joe. Joe Lombardi says, hi, Donna. Does the critter eyewitness killed on the highway know that I was with it in spirit? I think a raccoon. I could not save it. Let's see. So the spirit that's coming to me is acknowledging, it's actually, there's an animal spirit coming in. There's also your guide coming in to say that this was designed, not designed to horrify you or anything like that, but they do tend to plan their passing, and it was this animal's time to go. And so in the wild, they go off and things happen with other animals. And they're taken out that way. And so sometimes it is more expeditious to die in a vehicular accident, to cross over that way. It's faster and cleaner and easier for their soul. And in terms of your involvement, it was to spark something in you, Joe, to help you understand that you can connect with wild animals. That animal did feel your heart go out to it as it passed. And there's a sense of like oneness and kinship, and a feeling of gratitude. And thank you for honoring the animal. So the animal is honoring you back. So gosh, I hope that helps. It's never fun to watch. I always I even bless what we call roadkill down here in the South when they're long gone. I thank them for the gift that they brought and honor their gift of their existence for whatever time they were here. So I hope that helps you to know it was the animal was somewhat in, at least the higher self knew it was coming. So thank you. And thank you for the question. That merits really an in-depth discussion in and of itself, about connecting with wild animals and how they handle their own passing. They can get pretty creative. Anyway, thank you again, Joe. Jessica Lynn, hi. I hope you're well too. Thank you for being here. Sherry Neidig says, does my dad have any messages for me? Let's see. Sherry, your dad comes in turning a corner, as if you have turned a corner. I'm not sure if something recently has happened with you, or if things are shifting in a new direction or going in another direction. Excuse me one second. But your dad is like doing a pivot. This is what I'm seeing, as if he's following you and understanding that you are shifting and that you are growing. And he likes this new direction. He likes this energy that's building up within you. I don't know if you're planning to do more creative stuff or what's going on, but he's all in favor of it. And I feel, Sherry, like there's this, do you have a birthday coming up, or does he have a birthday coming up? But he is honoring a birthday. So I hope that helps. I'd be interested to know if you have a birthday coming up. Taylor Knight caught me. Thank you. Oh gosh, I have to go get this blanket, y'all. Taylor, if you want to put the name of the website in the chat here for people to see this, y'all have got to see this. Hold on. Some of y'all have seen my pictures of me with my dogs and You know how much I love my animals. And this is a throw. Actually, it's more like a blanket. It could cover my whole body of me with my boys on a throw blanket. And it is so soft and so snuggly. Look at those dogs. Isn't that the cutest? This comes from Taylor's company. So Taylor, if you want to throw your link in there, I know people would love to have these and make great gifts. I love mine. They're just amazing. I love this. So just wanted to give a shout out to Taylor. And they come in 3 different sizes, so you can pick your pleasure. There's one, I think that's smaller. But anyway, your dad, Sherry, is hanging in there and happy for the change. And I hope that helps you. Thank you so much. Moving on. Michelle, I would like to ask if you see me staying in the house I currently live in Ohio, or do you see me moving to a totally new place and area? Yeah, let's see what your guides have to say about that. Getting almost like cords, that you have to different people that you're connected to there in Ohio, that you have some pretty solid connections there. But it's almost like, you know how chrysanthemums have long leaves that look like little fingers? You can curl those little fingers in your cords to all your connections there in Ohio, and you can curl them in, and you can go and you can bloom in another place. When I'm looking at a timeline, I don't see this happening like right away. The energy feels almost like, new growth on trees, new leaves, flowers coming up, things like that. So it's almost like a springtime would be the time that this would happen for you if you choose to make this move. I hope that works out for you. Thank you. That's a great question. LE says, I've been wondering about thinking like that just today. Yes, let that new energy in. Think about, really what stirs your soul? What lights you up? What would you do if you could do anything at all? Money was no object. Just feel into that. Think about what it would look like and just feel into it and see if you can't make it happen. I believe that manifesting anything is possible. I'm living proof. So let's see. Decan says, does my Onyx have a message for me? And does he like when I sing to him and make up songs with his name in it? Oh, that's cute. So as Onyx comes in, it's almost like he comes in, I don't really want to say nonchalant, but just a little like too cool for school kind of feeling. He's trying to act like, he's really cool. And he is really smart, but the songs do kind of light him up. It's really sweet. There's a chord between an animal and their favorite human, especially, and it's like just this, like a lightsaber. I like to describe it like the lightsabers in Star Wars, wow. But they're magenta pink. And it just signifies the depth of the love and the adoration that they have for us and the connection that's there. And so it's like, whew, makes that pink just kind of that magenta pink light up. So yeah, love that. He's talking about also, there's something to do with you taking care of yourself, Decan, and there is like a maintenance issue that you've been putting off. it's kind of like niggling in the back of your energetic, in your mindset. And of course, they're tuning into us, so they know about it. And time to go ahead and get that done and get it off your checklist. So thank you, Decan. I hope that helps. Janet Vinicelli. Hi, Donna. I had to help Vinny cross today. I'm sorry to hear about that. Gosh, just today. My heart goes out to you, Janet. Oh, he really got worse since we talked the other day. He had kidney failure. My ID pick is Vinny. Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful. Looks like a tiger. Really beautiful. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry. Y'all know that when I'm doing this work, I'm not really in my left side of my brain. I'm more in the right sensing side of my brain. So I really don't remember a whole lot about what was said. If you would like to refresh our memory, but there's so much love there. And I hope to be able to connect you with Vinny soon. Today is just one of those days where I think your emotions are really high, and if we can wait a couple of days to let Kim get used to being in spirit form, once we lose the density of these 3D bodies that we live in here on Earth, it takes us a little bit of time to get used to working with our energy in our spirit form again. And it also takes us who are facing the loss of the 3D, the person or the animal, we need a little bit of time too to get over the worst waves of grief so that we can raise our vibration up enough to be able to hear and receive the message. So I hope you'll please check back in, Janet, when you feel up to asking for that message. I'll be happy to try to bring Vinny back in. And thank you for letting us know. I'm really sorry for your loss. Chanley says hi Chanley. Rosemarie Palizzi says, hi, Donna. Will I get a new job in September? Thank you. Ooh, I feel like I want to pull cards. All of a sudden, pull, please. I'm going to pull my favorite cards. They're Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. Some of you may know she also has a school that teaches people how to read oracle cards, and this is the deck she uses in that school. I was fortunate enough to get an advance copy before the deck came out, but I have been through that school and it is really fun. But anyway, let's see what the guides say. As Colette says, and as we all know, the oracles in these decks work with us. They merge with us. I like to bless each card whenever I get a new deck, claim its energy and my connection to it, and then they work with me. Spirit works with me through the cards, sometimes direct connection. But I'd love to know if you're going to get a new job in September. So let's see what the cards say. Good. Awesome. So you've been in a place where you feel like, and this is soulmates and protection, where things have been status quo. They've been this way for a while. It's time for a change. You've kind of maybe drifted apart or drifted away from your current employer and what you're thinking is going to be best for your long-term future. So you're looking actively to exchange gifts with another employer. And this is about sharing your gifts and talents and taking advantage of, what the company can offer you in return. And so from that, I see peace coming. God, I don't know if y'all can see that from the glare, but this is peace. And if you look really close at the egg there, that's something new birthing. And there's the face in it. I don't know if you can see the face with the star on the top. But isn't that fabulous? So this is all about bringing you in connection with your soul, with what lights you up, with what's going to bring you in a new direction. So I don't know how hard you're looking, but this is a very positive sign that yes, you will be seeing that new job coming into play. And it's going to be something that's going to be much more in keeping with where your soul has evolved to at this point, that maybe you've kind of outgrown that other position. So thank you, Rosemary. Thank you for the question. Ooh, Taylor, looking at a possible new career direction too. Feel into it. Think about what it could be, what it might look like. I think it would be fabulous. That's what this new moon energy is about, giving ourselves room, making room for new things to come in and thinking into them, feeling into them, really trying to embody the direction we want our souls or want us to go. So thank you. Yeah, good luck, Taylor. Elizabeth says hi. Hi, it's so good. Good to see you guys. Shanley would like to know, may I get a spirit guide message? Yes. Let's see. Shanley, there's something going on. They're talking about like dusting off your feet. Like and putting on a new pair of shoes. So I don't know if you're planning on traveling or if you're needing to get moving on something or if there's something that you do need to take some action on, but they're saying it's time to put on those new shoes and take some action. Ooh, and I drew a card from, this is a deck that a client sent to me, Secret Language of Animals Oracle cards, and it's got some really pretty imagery. But for you, I pulled red squirrel. And this is a wonderful thing. You know, red squirrel is all about resourcefulness, vigilance, preparation, and busyness. So yeah, that kind of goes in keeping with what your guide said about, putting on the shoes and taking that action. If there's something you've been putting off and wanting to do, or maybe not wanting to do, maybe now's the time to go ahead and do it. So thank you, Shanley. Thank you for the question. From Ohio too. I don't know if you still live there, Shanley, but that's cool. Jessica Lynn. My dog Sanford is 16 with severe arthritis. He is on prescribed medication, but it doesn't seem to help much. Is he ready to go over the Rainbow Bridge? At this time, I am ready to let him go. That's a really honoring place to be, Jessica. So often, it's really difficult for our hearts to think about life without them. And so we instinctively want to do everything we can to keep them here with us, to the point where sometimes their quality of life just isn't what it used to be and isn't optimal and isn't what they would really want if they had the choice. So it's really sweet of you to acknowledge that you're ready to honor him and give him the grace to go if that's what he would like. So I'm going to tune into Sanford now and see what he has to say. As he comes in, Jessica, it's a slow move. It's a slow gait. A slow walk. There's a little bit of wag to the tail, but there's little I almost feel like, you know how it feels when you have the flu and your whole body just aches all over and you just can't get comfortable. You're hot, then you're cold, and you're hot, then you're cold. That's kind of how he feels right now. So let me just ask. When I ask if he's ready to cross over, Jessica, he responds by allowing me to feel in my body that everything is just slowing down. The organ function, the metabolism, the overall, the engine is starting to slow down. And as that happens, sometimes there's discomfort. And then when some organs do stop functioning, it does cause some pain. So I do feel like he's telling me, I'm seeing the clock that I sometimes see with animals when I ask them this question. And he is in his last hour, not literally hour, but in his last rotation, I guess I should say. And he loves you so much. Mhm. And just wants to thank you for so much love and for so much care and all that you've been and all that you've had together. And I hope that I can convey the depth of his adoration and his love for you, and that he wants you to remember all the things you came to work on, the times that you laughed, the times that he made you, your heart swell with all that love, and that he hopes that you can see yourself the way the world sees you, which is a beautiful shining light. And that was his legacy. So that if you can embody that and see yourself the way the world sees you, you'll always have a piece of him with you, and it would really make his heart happy to know that you've gotten your soul lesson that he came to work on with you. So I do hope that helps. I'm not going to come right out and say yes, it's time. I feel like as the custodian, as the steward, and as the partner in life with our animal, we will feel and know, in spite of our own breaking heart, when it's the right time. I do applaud you for being prepared to make that call. And in the meantime, I would just ask that you send your love directly to Sanford, either by touch or by just energetically sending him love. And I think we will all join you in that. And I know I will. And I hope that it is a smooth and peaceful and loving transition, and that you can be there to hold his hand and hold his body, if possible, while he takes his last goodbye. Thank you, Jessica Lynn. Thank you for the question. I wish you my heartfelt condolences. Thank you. Lori Ann says Elliot Hines went missing Sunday night at 2:30 a.m. while leaving her job at a local bar. Her body was pulled from the Mississippi River downstream yesterday. Sadly, this is a repeated story, and would you like me to read on that? This feels as if there is something attached to this that is a really low vibrational energy, and it's not something that is my forte. I'm not a psychic who works with criminal investigators, and so with all due respect, Lorianne, I'm not prepared to read for this. My heart goes out to this poor young woman and her family, and for what happened to her, and I hope that they can find who did it. But it's just really not in my wheelhouse. But thank you for being here, and thank you for bringing the question. Venus, hi Donna. Does my dog Roxy understand what's going on with my mom at this time? What does she think of it? As I bring Roxy in, I feel like Roxy absolutely knows what's going on. Oh. And I feel like there is there's a nurturing that's coming out in Roxy, and a caring that's coming out in Roxy. Almost like she's trying to send healing to your mom. So I don't know if that makes sense, Venus. I hope your mom is okay. I know we had her on the Reiki list a few months back, and I hope everything is okay with her. Roxy is here to hold space. It's almost like she's holding a candle, like, you know, we do at vigils when we hold space for people. Sometimes we gather as a group when we hold vigil. We do it on religious holidays and stuff like that too. But she's like showing a symbol of holding space by holding a candle. That's really sweet. She's there for you too. She's there for you too. Thank you, Roxy. And thank you, Venus. I do hope your mom's okay. Bora Bora 33. Hi. It's nice to have you here. Oh, Joe, major meltdown. I'm sorry to hear that. There, things will shift. Things will change. Elizabeth says, I would love to hear from my dad too. His name was George. Okay, let's see. Let's see what George wants to talk about. As George comes in, the first thing he wants to talk about is carrying weight. He says that you are carrying way too much weight for you, for what's going on with you, and that there is something that you're feeling like. I know you're kind of empathic. I just sense this about you. So I'm wondering if perhaps you're not taking on the weight of the emotional stress of others as well as your own. But he's talking about, you know, like you have enough on weight on your shoulders without taking on extra. He is so proud of how strong and how caring and giving you are. But these people need to feel, so it feels like there's more than one person that you're caring for. They need to feel the success of surmounting their troubles and shouldering their own burden themselves and figuring their own way through. That sometimes when we help them and when we help carry that, it's a good thing because we give them a little bit of time to catch their breath and pick that load back up. But if we carry it too long, then we're not giving them the opportunity to feel the exhilaration of the success that comes from overcoming their own troubles. So this is not in any way a chastisement. Your dad is really proud of you. You've turned on into this most beautiful woman. He's he talks about how beautiful you are, inside and out. But please take care of yourself. Thank you. I hope that message resonates with you. Oh, yes, Lorianne, it is a sweet blanket. It is so cool and so soft. Oh my gosh, how I wish I could feel it. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. It Everybody loves your blankets, Taylor. They are so cool. And all you have to do is just upload a photo and they put it on there. So it was well worth it. Wonderful investment. I know it's going to last forever and a day. It's warm and snuggly without being too heavy. I don't know if y'all can appreciate that, but it's just absolutely awesome. I love it. Sherry Nighting says, having my second cataract surgery Monday, and my dad passed 20 years next month. His birthday was last month, and mine was in May. Yeah, he's honoring those days, honoring those birthdays, I guess. Well, good luck with your cataract surgery. If you don't mind, I will put you on my list. I don't know if that's like a stay in the hospital for several days kind of surgery or if it's a day surgery, but I hope it all goes well. And I hope you'll check in, either send an email or a text and check in if you would, please. You're welcome, Michelle. Tina Max says, Tina McSee, hi Donna, would love a reading on my friend's dog, Ruby, 13-year-old beagle who is diagnosed with cancer. I've been doing Reiki on Ruby and have permission to ask how she is doing. That's key and integral. So thank you for letting me know that. So as I connect in with Ruby, I don't know if you have ability to connect with the animals energetically as well and feel what they feel. But I feel this sense of, I don't want to say like when you rub Bengay, but you know how you can really feel a sensation. It's nothing like that. It's not hot or anything, but she really feels the energy that you're sending, and that when you do the Reiki with her, it's really something that she feels, and it brings her comfort from the sense of malaise that she feels. It's not like a sharp pain or an acute pain, but it's just an overall funk and low energy level, if that makes sense. And your energy does help her. When I ask her how the cancer feels, if it feels any different, it feels like it's still there. I don't know how long she's been doing treatment or how long you've been doing Reiki, but if you don't mind, I'll be glad, to add Ruby to the list also, and my Reiki can join yours. Okay? If for some reason you do not want me to do Reiki, please put it in the chat or send me an email at connect@donnanorris.net and let me know, and I'll definitely remove you from the list. But my Reiki list is something that I do free of charge. It's my personal outreach in gratitude for all of your support. And I don't mind doing it. I do it for a month at a time. We're getting now into the last week of July. So if you'd like me to continue with sending healing through August, just drop me a quick note and let me know, and I will do that. And thank you, Tina. Thank you for the work that you're doing. And because animals love and receive Reiki energy, it's so easy for them. They're very receptive to it. So thank you for doing that. Crystal Ryan says, I rescued a dog, Eve, who was always desperate for attention from me and only me in a house of 4 others, and I could never give her enough attention. She is aggressive about trying to get in. I'm wondering if she is sensing something about my illness that makes her need me to know she's always there. I think that my dog that passed, Trudy, did the same. I have every confidence that Trudy did the same. They know when things are wrong with us before we know when things are wrong with us. That's why dogs sense seizures, they sense tremors, they sense, sugar lows and diabetics. They're so easily trained to that because they're attuned to it. And when they decide that we're their person, there's not a whole lot that the other people in your house are going to be able to do to dissuade her from being your dog, because you're the favorite, you're the one that saved her, and this is just kind of how she is. And so one thing you can do is just extend your acknowledgement to her. As if you haven't listened to me before, I will explain that animals think in pictures. So if you have the ability to visualize, you can visualize yourself in Eve and inside of a heart. You can visualize, sending her love. I have this visualization from a holistic technique, a holistic healing technique, where you put your hand over your heart and feel the warmth of the heart. Feel the warmth of the hand and the little gentle weight on your chest from having your hand on your heart, and feel into that, and just know that that energy is coming from the universe and soaking into your heart. It's just a little lift from spirit. And what it does scientifically is that your brain releases the same chemicals as if you were getting an actual hug. So you can take this as you get your hug from spirit, and you can extend it to Eve, either in person or just hold your hand out and energetically send it to Eve. And you can do this, Tina, with Ruby too, if you want, and send love and send healing energy from a distance as well. That will also help keep Eve calm and let her know that she's looking out for her, that she's looking out for you. Sorry, and kind of hopefully help keep her from becoming overly aggressive. I think it's really sweet. She really is attached to you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for being here. Leah, I had to go this morning, Leah. I'm sorry I didn't get to stay for all of the holding space this morning, but it was nice to see so many of you there with Terry. I'm glad you got the sound turned on. Anyway, hello, Donna. If you have time, can you see what my new rescue cat needs to say? Thank you. His name is Lola. We call him Baby. Awesome. Let's see what Baby has to say. Baby comes in like Baby has not had a reading before. Total wonderment, looking all around. Like, what's going on? They know we're calling their energy in, and they're like, okay, I'm here. This is so cute. Now it's like, okay, now Baby's picking up on your energy, Leah, making it really nice and comfy for him to come in. It's like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. There is something about, there's a toy that he thinks is like the bee's knees boss best toy ever. And to me, it looks like a sachet or something. It looks like a little stuffed thing. But he is really happy about that. And he likes his little cubby where he hangs out. And it almost feels like it's almost like a little man cave, that he has. And he really just likes the fact that he can take little blankets and, fluff it up and make a little nest. So I don't know if that makes sense for you with what's going on with him. That's really sweet. His energy level is really pretty settled. There's not a lot of tension with, trying to integrate in the house. It feels like he feels pretty comfortable already. So thank you. Thank you for bringing him here. And thank you so much for giving me the chance to connect in. That was cool. Love when new family members join the house. Maria A says, hi, Donna. Lots of changes going on at current client since I have been consulting in the past 3 years, and wondering if there is a chance of being converted to an employee later this year. Thank you. Well, when I feel into the energy there, and your guides are here, and they're like, you're being lifted up. It's not that you're not highly regarded. You're being lifted up and you're well thought of. But sort of like off over here, there's some machinations going on in like upper management of the company. Um, and this may have to do with like fiscal financial things. So I don't know if they're like looking at budget or getting, trying to set things in the budget, but there's something in that concerns you. So I'm wondering if maybe they're like working your permanent job into that budget. Wouldn't that be awesome? But there's something going on over here. So and I feel like it's something financial. So hopefully they'll be able to work that out and make the way for extending you that permanent offer. Anyway, that's the energy of going on right now. Gina says, I'm off to Z's now. Hugs, everyone. Thank you for being here, Gina. I know you're probably gone, but thank you. Okay, let me read through this. In-cell industrial complex. Okay, that was easier than it looked at first glance. Hi, can you give me a general reading concerning my circumstances, please? And thank you. Yes, I can. I'm going to break out my trusty cards. See what the cards have to say. They know. They work with your angels and guides just like I do. So we'll all fly together. I like cards because they're so visual. Sometimes when we're in the middle of a swirl or, contemplate a change or something, it's hard for us to see. Okay. So the space that you've been in and the energy of where you've been is no place like home. It's nice and familiar. It's really beautiful. It's got a calm air about it. It's what you know. But here's the energy of right now. Poised. This means that there's something cooking, there's something going on, maybe a change that you're contemplating, and you're just right on the precipice of deciding what to do about it. Or there's an opportunity coming in and they're right on the precipice of deciding to involve you in it. So, the end result is deep knowing. So this is what's coming in the future. And if you notice, again, the oracle is right there in the moon. So it's going to be affected by the energy of the moon. This being a new moon, that's new things coming in. So if this is if there's something that you'd like to bring into your current circumstance, this is an excellent time to do that. And I want you to look at the owl that's also in this card. Owls are all about seeing through the surface, looking below the superficial, and seeing to the heart of the matter. So this is about self-reflection as much as it is anything else. So what is it that you really want? Have you given yourself permission to go for it, to attain that, to know that you're deserving and worthy to receive it? Because your heart's desires is really within your reach. If there's something that you're thinking about that you want to do that's different, you're poised and the timing would be good, especially with the new moon coming in, to take that leap or at least take the first steps toward it. Start making things happen. It's amazing how when we take one step towards spirit, they take 10 steps back towards us. So spirit will more than meet you in the middle. Chanley says, no traveling. I didn't pick up on any at first, but perhaps we can look at that. I just worked too much. Yeah, the squirrel. Yeah, that was really cool. Leah is sending you love and support, Jessica. I know that is so tough. And Leah, I know you know. Yeah. I'm right there with you, Leah. So much respect for all of y'all out there who love your pets, who love the creatures in the wild. If you're like me, you pick spiders up and take them outside. You try to shoo the flies and the mosquitoes outside. It's just anything. Everybody gets a chance to be who they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be in this world if they're in my sphere. So, and I really just love and respect anybody who extends that same kind of regard for all beings. Thank you, Leah. You're the best. Jessica Lynn says, yes, he seems uncomfortable, so I know it's time to let him go. If you see him pacing around and unable to get comfortable, like he'll lay down and then he'll get up and move around or shift and squirm, it's because he's not feeling well. And I'm not going to feel back into him and say for sure he's in pain, but that's a sure sign of discomfort. And it's also a sign that sometimes when one organ starts to shut down, other organs start to overfunction, and it taxes the system too, and it can make him even a little wobbly. So I know it's a really tough decision to make, but I'm sure you'll know when the time is exactly right. It is not too soon, and I don't think you'll be too late. My love goes out to you, Jessica. Yeah, so much support here for you. I hope you can see this in the chat, man. I know you love him a lot, Jessica. My heart goes out to you. I have been there. It is definitely not an easy place to be, but they bring us so much joy in the time that they're here with us. And I just feel like we can do this for them, for their sake, when we need to. It's never easy. It's always horrible, but I would never let one of my animals cross over alone. Not after all the times they've been there for me. And I know you're not going to either. So thank you in advance for being such a good mom and for sending so much love. And thank you. Ooh. Ellie says, I've got bad weather rolling in and I'm enjoying just listening. But if you've time, does my mom know I tried to be with her at the end? And why was I being pushed away by a brother? Ooh, that could be a deep session. I'm going to try to connect, but just know going in, there may be more there than I can share here in these few minutes that we have. Oh my God. I don't know if your mom was a finger shaker in life, but she is a finger shaker right now. And she says, what happened with your brother was not at all about you. This was about some unhealed stuff within your brother. I don't know if there was it feels like there was some kind of rivalry situation going on there with him. And I don't know if it was between him and you or between him and your mom or what, but it was it doesn't make any sense logically, but it's just like this trigger that gets tripped, or got tripped in your brother. And it almost feels like the only way that he could feel like he was staying above the fray was to push you down. Your mom sees now from the perspective, of course, now she sees everything that's going on and she's sending love to both of you. But in that moment, as her soul began its transition, she immediately felt your love, immediately felt your desire and where you would want to be if you could have been there. So from her perspective, Ellie, there is no unfinished business. She knows your heart and she knows you love her. and she is still there. Feel free to reach out to her anytime. And if you want to play this, I call it the sign game, where you can ask them to send you signs, name something, pick something even random and weird and ask them to show you that, if just to show that they're still there with you. She's getting pretty good. Your mom's no slouch. She's a pretty sharp cookie. She's learning how to manipulate energy. Yeah, she'll be able to give you signs. So if that's something that you feel called to do, just for the additional comfort and affirmation of knowing that your mom is with you, I always think it's a nice thing that we can do to honor our loved ones and let them know that they're still in our hearts and in our thoughts. And to ask for them for signs occasionally, I think is a really cool and healthy thing to do. So thank you, Ellie. Thank you for bringing that and honoring me with the ability or the opportunity to bring your mom through. Thank you, Mom. That was cool. Hi, Lauren Hutzinger. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Oh gosh, there's so many. Whoa. Somebody said something about mail door. I didn't see it. Oh gosh. Now I've lost my place. Sherry says, surgery. Taylor, if you have a website, please show us where to find your work, where to find the blanket. Please put that in. And I'll try to get it for y'all and let you know because it's such a cool blanket. Anyway, Sherry says her procedure is outpatient for cataracts. Okay. I had the first one done 2 weeks ago. Yes. I will keep you on the list and I hope everything goes smoothly. Thank you, Sherry. Tina Mack. I think so. Her mom says she's acting like her puppy self. Thank you. She was a breeder dog. Oh, I love her so much. Just for a month. Yes, please add her. Her mom says she is liking it. Thank you. I will do that. Ruby the Beagle is on my list. Yeah, that's really awesome that you're doing that for her. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Yes, Bora, Leah, several people have said, please hit like and subscribe and share. Please let people know about my channel. I'd like to be able to send more stuff out. I'd like to be able to talk about some of the other things that I'm working on, some more soul health type certifications that I'm working on. I'll be talking about that more at the conference too with Susan Lynn. And yeah, I would love to be out here and being able to share more about it with y'all as soon as I get everything all together. Oh gosh. Tina says, I never met her and I just love her. Oh my gosh, Ruby, really? Like I said, she was a dog adopted from a breeder. And when I talked to her, I said, do you have a message for your mom? And she said, I am the mom. Oh, yeah, because she was professional mom there for a long time. I'm glad she's retired now. That's awesome. I think I have time for one more. Golly whiz, y'all. Look at all this. Ellie says, I was there hours before and thank you. Shaking my finger back at her. Your mom has a pretty cool sense of humor. I think you do too. Lori, Christine. Oh, Jessica. Yeah, we're just all so, our hearts are with you, Jessica. I hope you know that. I'm just reading a few of these messages. I know it's difficult, Ellie. Man, you've been through it. I usually do, but in Florida, some bugs I'm not kind about. I can appreciate that. I live in Florida myself. Some of them, those no-see-ums. Oh. Lori Christine says, when will we be able to start taking animal communication classes? That is a great question, Lori Christine. And let me just say that my dad, as a lot of y'all know, is on hospice and he is not getting any better. So I have taken, I gave a class at the end of June, an intro to animal communication, and I'll be doing it again in the fall. However, I'm a little reticent to start like the 4-week in-depth class on animal communication because I'm not really sure what's going to happen. And once my dad does transition, my mom wants me to stay and help her get her house ready to sell and take care of contractors and things like that. So I'm not going to be quite as available for teaching. But anyway, I will definitely have another one of the workshops in the fall, and they're really fun. You can be communicating with your animal by the end of the 2.5 hours, and then we'll have a couple days after the main class, our workshop, then we get together and we all practice and do practice readings. So you can get just kind of integrate the skills that you learn in the class. So I will be doing another one. Excuse me, I start trying not to get a cold. It will probably be mid-November. Once I have to go, I have several trips lined up here, September, October, November. So as soon as I get back from Santa Fe in November, I'll have it posted and I'll be ready to do one then, mid-November before Thanksgiving. So we can read our animals for the holidays, talk to our animals for that. I think I saw one other question. Here we go. Jennifer P. Hi, Donna. Hi, Jennifer. So nice to catch you live. My neighbor's dog, Max, goes bananas whenever he sees me. What is our connection? I adore him too. I used to have two huskies, Aurora and Ariel. Ooh, I love the names. Very celestial. Well, let's see, Max. Max comes in like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And he is this really he knows that you're an animal person. He knows that you get him, and he's totally responding to the fact that your energy is like open, and that you are working on you're consciously working on your evolution. Animals know this, and they also know when we're not consciously working on our own evolution. And so I don't know, I'm not going to tune into his human, but if his human is not really doing that, he's really working and wanting to be with you and tune into you because he knows that you're open to his energy and that you're also maintaining a conscious contact with spirit. So that's why you are all that in a bag of chips. Anyway, Jennifer, I hope that message resonates with you. I hope all the messages that came through were able to be of help and benefit to you guys tonight. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for allowing me to connect with your loved ones and your animals. And I hope to see you again soon. I will be doing another live on this Sunday night. So I will see you all hopefully on Sunday. And thank you again for your time. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.